Hey guys, Teacher Prix here to help you talk to anyone, anywhere, anytime in English. We are starting another 3-day challenge. Do you remember the first challenge? Well, if not, here's the link. In this challenge, we talked about simple present for 3 days. We focused on the main mistakes. I didn't give a lot of explanation about simple present, but I did give a brief explanation about the most common mistakes. In this second challenge, though, we will talk about simple past. And what I'm going to do every day for the next 3 days, I'm going to explain, and I'm also going to talk about the mistakes. So in this challenge, you will have the full explanation of what simple past is, and then after I give you the explanation, I'll show you some common mistakes. Okay? There will be a live video after the 3-day challenge on this date, so that we can talk about simple past. In this live video, I want to see your questions, okay? So if at the end of the video you can leave your questions about simple past, please do, because I will be answering these questions during the live video, okay? So today, on day 1, we will focus on affirmative sentences, how to make affirmative sentences in the simple past. Then, I will focus on the mistakes we make when we are speaking affirmative sentences in the past. But here we go. What is simple past? Simple past is a tense, it's a conjugation, okay? We have the present, things we do every day, a habit, a routine. And we also have things we did in the past, okay? Things that are finished, over, okay? Now, before we go to the affirmative sentence, I will show you a basic sequence if you want to make an affirmative phrase in English. You will need a P, a V, and a C. What's this, Priscilla? P as in person, okay? The P is your person, your pronoun. He, she, it, I, we, you, the kids, John, Jack, Hillary, Bob, person, okay, the cat or an animal, something, a pronoun, okay? Then you have the V, the action, the verb, okay? And then you have the C, the complement. This is what will help your phrase make sense. I ate a sandwich, complement. I went to school, complement. So this P, V, C is my sequence to make a very basic phrase in the affirmative form. Now let's look at some examples. I went to school yesterday. I is my person, my P. Went is my verb, okay, my action. To school yesterday is my complement. The complement part may be challenging if you don't have vocabulary, so you need to work on that, okay? I ate a slice of cake yesterday. I, person, ate, verb, my V, a slice of cake last night, my complement. Mary visited her family last week. Mary is the person. Visited is the verb. Last month is the complement. In the simple past, there is something very important that happens to your verb in affirmative sentences. You need to change the way you write and the way you speak this verb in the simple past. All right, Priscilla, so I need to change my verb. How? There are 2 possibilities. You have the regular verbs and you have the irregular verbs. What's the difference? Regular verbs will follow a pattern. When you change this verb in the past, you will basically need ed or ied. Okay? So for example, visit is a regular verb. So in the past, you will say visited. It's a regular verb. Study is a regular verb, but you will add IED because it ends in Y, and before the Y there is a consonant. So in this case, you will add IED, studied, okay? Another verb like this, try. Try is a regular verb. In the past, tried. These verbs are easier to memorize because you only add ED or IED to the end of the verb. Now, the irregular verb is different. It changes a lot, sometimes completely, okay? For example, go, the infinitive form without to. In the past, went, completely different. Buy, bought, run, ran. These verbs change if they are irregular. And that's the challenge. That's the one you need to memorize. And there is a big list, okay? Now that we know what a regular verb is, what an irregular verb is, we need to understand that we only change these verbs in affirmative sentences, okay? On the next 2 days, I will talk about negative and interrogative sentences, but today, affirmative sentences, and you need to know that you will need to change these verbs in the past to the simple past conjugation, regular or irregular, if it's an affirmative sentence, okay? For questions and negative sentences, you don't change, but we will talk more about that tomorrow. Now, let's go back to the examples I gave in the beginning. I ate a slice of cake last night, so I ate. Ate is the past of eat, okay? So I changed it. I need to change. I visited my parents last month. Visited is in the past. It's a regular verb, so I just added ED. Now that you know the most important explanation for affirmative sentences, let's talk about the most common mistakes, shall we? I go to school yesterday. In this sentence, I'm saying I go to school. Yesterday is a past idea. If you want to talk about yesterday, I need to change my verb. So, I went to school yesterday. The verb changes, regular or irregular. Second mistake that is common. I had, the past, to bought a t-shirt. Here, the problem is that you change it to the two verbs, had and buy. But buy, in this case, is a complement to the verb have. So you do not change the verb buy, only the verb have. Because buy is a complement of have. It's not an individual, separate activity, separate action. If it is an individual or separate, okay, you change. I went to school, I talked to the teacher, I ate lunch, and then I went to bed. Individual, separate activities. I had to buy a present for my sister. Buy is a complement of have. So you need to use this verb in an infinitive form, buy. You don't conjugate. So I had in the past to buy. Okay? No conjugation. Only if it's a separate individual activity. Third common mistake. I spent a lot of money last weekend. Spended. No, my friend, the past of spended is spent. It's an irregular verb. Now, the problem here is vocabulary, and this is common in the beginning and along the way. We confuse regular and irregular verbs because it's a long list. So sometimes a verb like spend, we confuse and we believe, oh, it's regular. But it's not, it's irregular. So for this mistake, my advice is make a list of regular and irregular verbs and start studying them. That way you will memorize them more easily, okay? Now I have homework for you. I want you to tell me 3 things you did 3 affirmative sentences, okay? About things you did yesterday. Here in the comments. Game on! I want to see you studying simple past with me for the next 3 days. I hope you liked this video. Don't forget to share this video with your friends on your social media. Invite your friends to this challenge. Thank you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow.